stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Okay, Coach. Well, the weather outside couldn't be better. They've opened the roof and the retractable windows on the sides, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, and a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Ready! 18 Gator. Hey, wahoo!
Mike's 50. Come on, dude.
Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Ebron caught left side. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 31, McSorley. And he's got his man on the out route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready, break.
Focus, defense, focus.
Switch, 22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Bravo.
Mike's 50.
Deep grip.
They go play action here on first down. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Off of play action, it's McSorley. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Carr. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. To throw is Carr. Space to maneuver at the 40. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
First down, Raiders.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And some room to roam now. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Sliding out of the pocket. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Excellent execution of the RPO there by the rookie, Charles.
And what I like about the game today is that the NFL is welcoming these things that they do in college, because he had plenty of experience doing that. In the old days, they would have coached that out of him. Now they look at what he did there, maybe even bring the exact play to their playbook in the NFL and turn him loose.
Let's go, baby.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
Yo, check your hot read.
Five. Rock it.
Watch the curves.
5.
McSorley from the shotgun. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell, but it'll be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
No chance. Mike Spartan.
Hey, Haywood.
All day, dog.
Greystone travel.
Check 99.
Yep.
Take it. Mike, check. 59.
Hey. High 7.
Danny. 59's Mike. 59.
Two.
On second down, it's McSorley. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. They're not ready for this, man.
Go.
Still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check nickel. Check.
Third down, they're going to throw for it with McSorley. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller, that's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The end result, 21 yards. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Coming to you, coming to you.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Raiders' 49-yard line.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Hey, Charlie.
Mark 50, Mark 50, Mark 50. Know your job. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. All day, baby, all day, all day, all day.
Ready?
Now this time he'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Colts nothing.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Come on, set, 8, read.
I'm coming.
Look at me. Go. Clear. On the go.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
X3.
Here's Hines. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
At the 6-yard line.
Let's get it.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hard.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Trace McSorley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
On the counter, it's Miller. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We're good.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Yeah, baby.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Down. You right, Eddie?
Hey, check.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. He's got it to Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Raiders.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunky yardage picked up there.
Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On the delay, here's Hines. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And a Raider first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A first down carry now for Miller. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
At their 48-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Carr now to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Carr now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now Carr. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
50. 185.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
On first down, it's Jacobs, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect. But overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
McSorley, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now it's Hines, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59. We own it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Miller running right. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Carr. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 10. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, zoom. Protein spill.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. Catch made here by Campbell. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
59, Mike the 59. Drop deep.
Jump down.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On the ready.
59. Mike 59. You got nothing to that.
5.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. Switch.
Topper, 2.
From the 30 on 2nd down. McSorley. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
2 1st downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 50. Hey, we heavy on the edges.
Hey, lock it.
Check it back.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Move. 3 down.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 50. Check.
Yes.
Mike's 50. 3 buzz.
Ready.
On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, Carr. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Operating from the gun, Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stack sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye. And
he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, it's Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
First down, Raiders.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Miller. Gets around him. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Carr. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Carr now on first down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They begin the drive with Hines. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Hines. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch QB jump.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Ready. 58, Mike. Here we go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's
I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.